So earlier this week, I made a video called eFOOTBALL Funny Fill Compilation, where I got a bunch of videos on Twitter and uploaded them, put them together, made like a funny compilation type of video, and that got a lot of notoriety. So thank you for that. And that was just supposed to be a joke type of video, funny video. You know what I mean? I haven't even played the game yet. That was actually looking at Twitter gameplay because my game was still installing. Fast forward to like a week and a half later, I've actually played the game, and boy, I tell you, this game is interesting. What is up, guys? Bryza here, and welcome to another video. Today we're going to be talking about if eFOOTBALL is a salvageable game. Can Konami save eFOOTBALL from the shackles of whatever they did? Now, as of right now, the game is at its lowest rated, the worst rated Steam game in history, with an 8% out of 100. It's just incredible. I think the second place game is like Fallout, something like that, and it's like 15%. So way off the charts there. eFOOTBALL has failed to deliver, and Konami has done themselves once again. So in this video, I'm going to discuss about how the company has failed us with this, and where they're gonna go, where can they go from now. So yeah, like I said, if you're new to the channel, please leave a like, subscribe, and let me know in the comments down below what you think about eFOOTBALL. And as a mobile player, that's very interesting. As a mobile player, do you like the gameplay? Because it's probably what's going to be used to when you play on your phone. So do you like the gameplay if you're a mobile player? Let me know in the comments down below. Anyways, let's get this video started. Alright, so we're going to talk about how this has been coming. So this all started when Konami officially announced the next generation trailer. It's not the PES 2021 trailer, but they released the trailer the same day, and it was like next generation trailer with the new graphics, and Messi was looking very good, and people were excited for that. Konami took a 2-year break, or a 1-year break from releasing a game again. They updated PES 2020 and called it PES 2021 season updates, charged half the price, and said that they were going to focus on making eFOOTBALL. Now the time has passed, and right now we have eFOOTBALL, and yeah, I think I'm still gonna be playing PES 2021. It's interesting this route that they took. Obviously, they know that their mobile game is probably one of the biggest mobile games in the Apple Store and Google Play or whatever. It's probably a top 10 at least, and as they've had a lot of success in there, the game is free there, and it's for a mobile game, it's pretty realistic. The problem with that is that they're also making a console game, and they're gonna have to, if they want to catch up to FIFA, they're gonna need to find a way to do that. And the route they took might have sounded right at first, but the execution was very, very poor. Now, fast forward a couple months, or almost a year actually, we get the first announcement for eFOOTBALL, like in July, and everybody was so disappointed with with the graphics, with how the game looked, and how it looked worse than PES 2021. We also did get an online performance test, and people were saying that wasn't the official gameplay. That's probably like the beta online gameplay. People were even saying it was a Switch gameplay, and I was one of those people that were fooled. I should have known that Konami wouldn't have done anything better than that. So they released the trailer for eFOOTBALL first with the graphics, and it was a really poorly made trailer, and it didn't make me feel excited for the game. I was thoroughly disappointed. A lot of the PES YouTubers and PES people in the PES community were disappointed as well, and rightly so, because the game did not live up to what was promised. They took 2 years to release this game, and from what it looked like, they were still working on it. So that happened, and we're like, okay, well, we're gonna have to wait the game out. Play PES 2021 until they release something else. So a month after they released the gameplay trailer, which was that one was even worse. Showing poor gameplay. The graphics were still the same. There's random transitions, like throwing in players, like players talking, acting like what they're saying means anything. And once again, we're thoroughly disappointed. Then we got some news of some beta testers playing the game, and they were saying that it was really promising and it's not looking as bad as we think it is. And we were like, okay, maybe it's the game's gonna come back. Maybe we're just overreacting a little bit as fans. Obviously, we haven't tried the game out, so it's just visual representation. But then the game does drop, and everything that those beta testers said just was not there. One of my biggest flaws when it comes to gameplay is, I'm a big guy when it comes to pressing, and that has been completely removed off the game. Completely removed off the game. Now I know pressing made it easier for some of us to defend, but if you could play around the press and press, like you can't abuse the press, especially even if you're playing against a computer, you can't abuse the press. The fact that they removed that completely off the game is wild to me, and it makes it almost impossible to defend. That's one of the main gameplay flaws for this game. And another one that I experienced when I played it was the player switching. Now, player switching, I don't know what they've done this year. Player switching has always been bad in PES, but I feel like they tried to fix it last year and 2 years ago with PES 20 with the right stick flick. And for sometimes I used to use it and it would work. And I was like, okay, maybe that's the way. Play eFOOTBALL, they're not using that anymore. I press L1 or L2, whatever it is, how you play, and it's for the most part, they don't switch the player until like 6 years later. And that's another thing I want to talk about, responsiveness. Responsiveness has also been a problem for PES for the longest time, and instead of fixing it, they made it worse. I don't know how you can make a feature worse, but they've done it. They've managed to do it somehow, and responsiveness has, to be honest, has been the main problem when it comes to gameplay. I try to switch my players, they don't switch their own players on time. I can't defend on time because responsiveness is poor. Timing is key when it comes to defending in this game. And now that we can't press or the responsiveness is low, there's really no way of defending. You just gonna have to pray that he loses the ball somehow. And I was talking to my cousin about it on the phone the other day. I was like, this feels like 2K, because in 2K you really can't take the ball from the opposing player. You have to wait for them to make a mistake, either a brick shot or the turnover, or they play the ball out. You know what I mean? So, and that's what it feels like. But in football, the sport of football, that's not the way of getting the ball back. You press them and steal the ball from them. 9 times out of 10 or 8 times out of 10, the defender wins. But I guess the emphasis of wanting to score has caused Konami to really focus on making sure that the defending is dumbed down, and that is really bad. A game that's next gen shouldn't have to worry about emphasis on whatever. They should both be emphasized equally. You know what I mean? So the fact that they've done that, it's not good at all. And there's a lot more gameplay issues there. The graphics are really bad also. And certain the cutscenes aren't bad, but like the graphics, certain places can be really bad. There's a lot of glitching. It seems like when there's player-to-player contact, it's not good. You know what I mean? The players start to bug out, and they definitely have to fix that. Konami did release an apology saying how they noticed a lot of glitches and all that stuff, and they're on it to fix it. But Konami has promised us a lot of things in the past. Ever since they moved to the Fox engine, they've promised us a lot of things, and it's not, they haven't delivered. We played, if you guys can remember when we played the PES 20 trailer, demo, sorry. We played that demo and it was really good. It's probably one of the best football games that Konami has released. Not up there with PES 13 and PES 6, but it could be up there, you know what I mean? It could have been up there with data packs and whatever. They released the game and it was completely different. The collision system was poor. You couldn't dribble. The game was very stiff, and I was like, "What? This was in the demo that we played. All we asked Konami to fix in the demo was fix the referees because they're calling fouls for everything. They didn't. They fixed, quote unquote, fixed things that didn't need to be fixed, and they made the gameplay worse. It took them like 7 data packs to make the gameplay better, but it will never reach the height of the PES 2020 demo. So disappointed themselves with that, and they released eFOOTBALL as a season update, and I knew ever since Konami has transitioned to the Fox engine and found out about, I think it started with PES 15 with the My Club. They saw how much FIFA was making through Ultimate Team and was like, we need to get on that game also. And ever since then, it's been like they've been giving us like 60-50% of their efforts. And it wasn't until like, I'll say PES 2021, which I felt like they were genuine to us, saying that they're gonna take a year off, fix the game, whatever. That's a bold move by a sports company to take a year off, release season updates, and tank in money. Now, your goal was to make as much money as you can from eFootball today, and that is not working right now. You released a premium pack that was $34 weeks before the game came out, and we don't even know what we're getting. We haven't seen gameplay, barely seen gameplay. No, we haven't played the game yet, and there's not even any modes to use that data pack for. So what are we gonna use? We're gonna have to wait till Ultimate Team. We're gonna have to wait till My Club comes out and then use that. You know what I mean? GP is obsolete right now. We can't use it for anything. There's no creative club mode. There's no Master League, whatever. None of that's there. GP is obsolete right now. These challenges are all obsolete. This is literally just a gameplay test. And if the game was released last year this bad, I would have been upset too. But it's a year. They didn't have enough time. But the fact that you had 2 years and you allegedly been working for this game for 4 years, and this game is coming out in this state, is not acceptable. You're gonna lose a lot of fans with this now, because you're not only competing with FIFA, you're also gonna be competing with the new UFL game. There's goals, there's football player, and then you don't know what else is gonna come out. You know what I mean? Maybe 2K might be interested in making the football game now that you're falling off. You know what I mean? So it's very, very interesting what they put themselves in this predicament, and I really am wondering how they're gonna get themselves out of here. Now, my prediction of what's going to happen with Konami in the next couple of years, I have two. My first one is they will try to fix the game, but because the rollout was so bad in a free sports game, you need to make sure that you get the audience first, right? You catch their eye because the game is free. I mean, with a paid game you could do that also, but no one wants to spend money. With a free game, you gotta make sure that it's worth downloading. You know what I mean? They have no reason to get this game, but albeit it's free. And games like Fortnite and Among Us have done a very good job with that. Among Us promoted their game this pandemic, and released the game. Not released it. They released the game 2 years ago, but 2 years prior. But promoted the game during the pandemic and was booming. Same thing with Fortnite. Fortnite was released a couple months before, and the game became big because people started noticing the game. With eFootball, the game has already been out, so we know we're expecting a football game. It's bad. It's PES. As much as you try to hide it, everybody knows it's still PES. And transition to eFootball, you know what you're capable of doing, and you give us this garbage. And that's really what's gonna kill Konami in this race that they think that they're participating in. And it's sad. It's really sad how it's going. So my prediction for this first prediction is they'll probably try to fix the game and see that the console version is not doing too good. They can't optimize console version and the mobile version together, which is not a surprise because you're really not supposed to be doing that. It's PS5 against iPhone 8. You know what I mean? It's not right. They're gonna be like, let's shut down the console servers and just make eFootball just a mobile game. And if you want to play it on your console, you can go right ahead. But just it's gonna be a mobile game. That's gonna be its main emphasis, a mobile game. That's what I think they're gonna do, and that's what I think is gonna happen. My second prediction is the game does so bad, even in mobile, that they just end the game. It's bold, but Konami has killed multiple series that they had. They've had Metal Gear, they've ruined that. Silent Hill, they've ruined that. Castlevania, the show is doing so well, and I'm surprised that they haven't capitalized on it, trying to release a MMORPG or a JRPG or even like a platformer type of game. They haven't done that. They managed to kill 3 games, and there's probably more that I don't even know. And don't forget, eFootball was their biggest. That and Yu-Gi-Oh was their biggest moneymaker. Now they've managed to kill eFootball. You can't really go wrong with Yu-Gi-Oh because Yu-Gi-Oh is just a card game. But if they somehow mess that up, they're done. They're literally done. Konami right now only has eFootball temporarily and Yu-Gi-Oh to save themselves. And Yu-Gi-Oh is always gonna be big. It's always gonna be big. But they need other, I guess, resources to keep on making stuff like that. And if they can't do that, then you can see them selling the Yu-Gi-Oh LP or IP to somebody else. So that's interesting. That's very interesting how the route that they took. And the biggest question for this video, which I guess is going to be a short answer, I kind of answered it already. Can they salvage the game? And my answer is I don't know. Konami has disappointed us for the past 10 years now. Ever since PES 14 has been released, They've disappointed us, and they've given us half-assed games, and I really can't see Konami getting out of this hole. I really cannot. The game is just a meme right now at this point, where Bleacher Report, IGN, Twitter, people on Twitter, soccer players on Twitter, or football players on Twitter, are just making fun of the game. And you never want to be the topic of memes, you know what I mean, unless it's like beneficial to you. Well, and obviously it isn't. They're making fun of the game. They're not laughing with you, they're laughing at you. So it's going to be tough for Konami to get themselves out of this. I do think that the game could be salvageable by the PC modders. Now, the PC game, I try to play it. It's really laggy in my computer. I think something wrong with my graphics card. But I played it without recording, and, it wasn't good. I didn't enjoy it. I wasn't saying, oh my gosh, this was fun. It wasn't good. You know what I mean? So, I don't know. They're my thoughts. Me personally, I do feel like they're gonna just transition to mobile and stay there forever. That's gonna be their main market because they're doing so well there. But I hope that they capitulate. I really do. Now that they have other sports games coming around, I really can't see them competing with UFL, a game provided or made by Microsoft. You know what I mean? I can't see them compete with that. I can't see them compete with goals, and of course, you can't see them compete with FIFA at this point. There's no molds. There's literally just two things to play. Literally nothing to look forward for. If you have PES 2021, you might as well just keep the game. So, like I said, those are my thoughts for eFootball. Out of 10, I'll give this game, I think an 8 is fair, or an 8 out of 100. Sorry, not out of 10. An 8 out of 100 is fair, because the game is at an unplayable state right now, and I'm surprised they haven't taken it out of the stores. So that's my thoughts for eFootball. I wanted to have more of a discussion type of video. You know what I mean? This is going to be less edited. Obviously, it's going to be raw footage of me just talking about the game, and what they can do to fix it. And I really don't see them doing anything. I remember we had some people from the community who made a whole 125 page PDF file discussing all the problems with the game and how Konami can fix it. And Konami just probably looked at it and just threw it in the trash. You know what I mean? So they obviously don't care about us, so why should we care about them? You know what I mean? And when it comes to this channel, I'm probably still going to be playing PES 2021. There's no Master League. That's my content. That's my main sort of content. So I'm going to be playing that. I'm probably going to be playing more other games also, trying to become a legend soon. And I probably try to upload more in my second channel. Maybe not football related things. That second channel is more entertainment and general topics. But I'm going to try to upload more in that second channel. I'm a big anime head, so I'll probably talk about that as well in there. I've been trying to upload on that second channel, but it's hard. So I haven't had a lot of time this year. I'm busy with school, internship, work, But I'm definitely trying to upload again more consistently. And that's my thoughts officially on eFootball, how the game is rolled out, how it's horribly rolled out, and how they can save themselves. And that's about it, to be honest. If you guys enjoyed this video, leave a like, subscribe if you're new, and catch you on the flip side. I'll see y'all in the next video. Maybe I'll probably do a gameplay video of eFootball. I don't know. I've tried to do it this weekend. My recording software just was not cooperating with me. I'm probably have to lower the settings in the eFootball graphics. So yeah, thanks for watching. See y'all next episode. Later.